What up, fellow humans of the internet, and happy Friday. It's me, Nessa, and once again, this is Squared Circle Addicts. Now, I know that I said that this video, or today's video, was going to be something a little bit fun, and I even went on Twitter and asked you guys what you wanted me to talk about. I took it to my Facebook, and we do have a winner. But I am going to be doing that video sometime later in the week because I feel like right now this topic that I am discussing is far more relevant and it's a hot topic and everyone is giving their thoughts on it, so I figured that I would share mine with you. And if you read the title of this video, then you know what I'm going to be talking about. And if you're looking at this video and you see my apparel, you're probably even more confused because you're like, why would you title your video that, but be wearing a Ronda Rousey t-shirt? And here's the thing, guys, and don't vilify me for this. I'm a Ronda Rousey fan, and I have been a Ronda Rousey fan since 2013. But with that being said, we have to talk about her and her problematic Twitter game, her problematic tweets, and I'm sure all of you guys have seen what's been going on, but if you haven't, let me try to catch you guys up as quick as possible. Like I said, I doubt it. I doubt any of you are living under a rock, but just in case you are. So as you know, right now, Ronda Rousey is pretty much feuding with the man Becky Lynch, because as of right now, or at least it should be, Becky Lynch is the next #1 contender for the Raw Women's Championship because she earned that spot after she won the Royal Rumble. And then you fast forward, and then Vince McMahon says, actually, no, I don't want you to, challenge Ronda Rousey. I want Charlotte to challenge Ronda Rousey. And then he pretty much suspends Becky Lynch because, she was upset and she beat up Stephanie and she beat up Triple H, but that's beside the point. So you take all of that, you take everything that has happened in this feud, and if you are on Twitter, if you are active like me, you know that Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch have been trading blows back and forth on Twitter to try to generate interest, to try to generate buzz for this feud. But as of recent events, things have gotten super duper messy. Becky Lynch in storyline, and I'm using that word, and I kind of hate to use that word, but in the storyline, Becky Lynch got arrested because she transpassed. I can't even talk right now. She was at Raw when she wasn't allowed to be because she's supposed to be suspended. So she got arrested and she got hauled off to jail, and mugshots were taken, and now the mugshots are on a shirt, which I will be getting soon, but that is beside the point. Mugshots are on a shirt. It's great. But then, not for whatever reason, but Becky tweeted out a tweet that said, okay, because after Becky got arrested, Ronda Rousey demanded that the McMahons reinstate Becky because she thinks that she, deserves to face Becky because she wants to face nothing but the best, and this is what the fans want. And, Ronda stuttered a little bit, but it was a great promo, right? And here I am thinking, oh my God, they're making Ronda the good guy. This is why they put Charlotte Flair in the feud, because they wanted Charlotte Flair to get the heat and not Ronda Rousey. So Ronda Rousey pretty much gave the McMahons an ultimatum and said, hey, if you don't reinstate Becky, I walk away. I put down the title, and that's exactly what she did. She put it down in the middle of the ring and told Stephanie, tell your dad to start making the right decisions, and walked off. She left her championship in the middle of the ring. And then, about a day later, or maybe even the same day, I don't even actually know, it was a few days later because Becky got released from jail, and says to Ronda, hey Ronda, go get that belt back from Stephanie because I didn't come this far to take it from her. I came to take it from you. And then Ronda retaliated, and this is where all the drama starts to unfold. This is where it all starts, because then Ronda tweeted out, What do you think I'm trying to do, dumbass? She says, I'm trying to get the belt back, but you running around like a, what did she say? A ginger ninja douche in cuffs and taking fake photos in the hallway isn't helping. And you're probably thinking, what's the big deal? If you're watching this video and you don't know anything about wrestling, you're like, what's the big deal? Here is the big deal. Look, everybody that watches wrestling is well aware of the fact that, outcomes are predetermined. Storylines are scripted. Everyone knows that. But wrestling fans and people in the wrestling business alike hate, and I mean hate, the F word. It's pretty much like you don't use it. You know what I mean? Like, it's shunned upon. Do not use the F word. And again, the F word we are talking about is fake. And Ronda Rousey used it. To which Becky, at this point, I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, that Becky Lynch was indeed shooting. And for those of you who do not know what shooting means, it means that they are being themselves and they are not in character. They're being themselves and they're being real. To which Becky said, stop, or she said, don't ever have the F word come out of your mouth again, and stop and learn about this business and stop acting like you're above it. That was Becky's response, which from a real life standpoint, I can completely understand, because Becky Lynch has been in the wrestling business for 15 years. Rebecca Quinn has been in the wrestling business for 15 years, and I guarantee you, she's like, no, you are not going to discredit this business that I love and that I respect and that I admire. So yeah, I think right then and there is when the shooting started, in my opinion. To which Ronda responded, which F word? Our F word? Yeah, I mean fake? Kind of like that nonsensical BS armbar of yours? She's like, it's not even a real armbar. Instead, it looks like the fake dick you wish you had. Or she said, it looks like you're holding the fake dick you wish you had. Because if you know Becky Lynch's armbar, or the disarmor as they call it, she pretty much pulls the arm back like this in an angle and then sits on it sits on the person's back with their knees, which by the way is a legitimate armbar. So sorry, but I don't know what the hell Ronda Rousey is talking about. I don't get it. And secondly, Ronda Rousey's armbar that she is doing in the WWE right now is not the armbar that she would put people away with in the UFC. So I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I really don't. Because that alone makes no sense. It makes none at all. So, and that whole, it looks more like you're holding the fake dick you wish you had. And I'm sorry if this gets flagged because of the language. I'm sorry if it's inappropriate, but I didn't say any of this. This is what Ronda said. And I have a problem with this for two reasons. One, because she used the F word again. Because like I said, although we are well aware of that it's predetermined or whatever, we don't use that word around here. We don't. And she used it again. And for me, for someone who has loved professional wrestling for 23 years of my life, I'm 27. That's more than half my life. I take offense to that. I hate when people in my life are like, oh, why do you watch wrestling? It's so stupid. It's so fake. Like, no shit, Sherlock, I get it. Well, we watch it to be entertained, just like people watch movies and just like people watch TV shows. And that's another thing I don't get. Ronda was pursuing an acting career, but yet she sits here and calls professional wrestling fake. So that's one problem I have with that tweet. The second problem that I have is when she says, it looks more like you're trying to hold the fake dick you wish you had. And I've seen people say, oh, this isn't an attack on gender. This is an attack on Becky specifically. because she calls herself the man. It has nothing to do with gender. For the 10,000th time, neither does Becky Lynch calling herself the man. When Becky Lynch is calling herself the man, she's not saying I'm a man. She is saying that I am the best in the business, I am the cream of the crop, and I am the most talked about wrestler in this industry. And guess what? Whether or not you like her or you hate her, my friends, that is factual. So that is why she called herself the man, not because she is a man or because she wants a dick. And that alone, because WWE is affiliated with Be A Star and the Trevor Project and GLAAD, the Gay Lesbian Association, that is a problem within itself, because just in case you guys have forgot, whether or not you agree or disagree, and I'm not trying to turn it into this, the trans community is a part of the LGBTQ community. So that already blows up WWE's image almost, because Ronda is saying things like this. And even if she didn't mean it that way, it could be interpreted that way. Because to be completely honest, when I first read it, I didn't think that. But then when I sent it to my friend, that was the first thing that they pointed out. And then I started seeing it everywhere, and then I was like, oh my God. This can be a thing. This can be offensive to people. Because, again, whether or not you agree with it or not, there are people that transition from female to male. And those people, sometimes they do wish they had male genitalia. Some do, some don't. But for the people that do, it's very damaging to their mental stability, to the way they feel about themselves. And not to get too far into it, this isn't the first time that Ronda Rousey has made controversial remarks against the trans community or against a transgender. Look it up. I won't say where it is, but look it up. Just look up Ronda Rousey transgender remarks, and I'm sure you can find them. And you know what? I'm going to be completely honest with you. Making this video, I'm a little bit on the fence about making it, because I know a lot of people, and I don't want to ruffle any feathers, and I don't want to compromise friendships, but I don't get it. One, as a member of the LGBTQ community myself, I'm not a part of the T, I'm a part of the B, or whatever, I don't know. I like who I like, but that's beside the point. It's just, I can see how this can be problematic, and then on top of that, as a professional wrestling fan for, like I said, 23 years of my life, I don't appreciate when people walk around and discredit the business just because it's predetermined. That shit pisses me off. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're my best friend, someone that I live with, someone in my family, Ronda Rousey. I will get offended either way. And yeah, sure, maybe I'm a little bit too sensitive, but I love professional wrestling. And that offends me. And again, I don't get how any wrestling fan can look at that and be like, way to go, Ronda Rousey! Because Ronda Rousey claims to love the business. She claims to have been a huge fan of Hulk Hogan, and that she has respect for Roddy Piper. And I'm not saying that any of this isn't true, because don't worry, I'm going to get to the other possibility in a second. But I just don't get how someone that says those things, and that someone that cuts a promo on Monday Night Raw last week talking about how she has respect for this business and has respect for the women's title, and then that's why she doesn't want to face Charlotte, because Charlotte was the chosen one and she's pissed off. And then literally not even a full 24 hours later, or maybe not even a day later, she says the exact opposite. I don't understand it. It makes no sense. And I'm going to give a shout out to my friend Candy. My friend Candy, if you're watching this, you said that you're happy that Ronda said those things because Ronda Rousey could kick any of these girls' asses if it was a real fight. I agree with you 100%. I'm pretty sure that Ronda Rousey could lay out anybody in the WWE if it was a real fight. But that is beside the point. And that this is not just to signal out Candy, because I'm trying to say that a lot of people think this way. That is not the point. The point is, as much as I hate this, Ronda Rousey is not a real fighter anymore. Ronda Rousey is not an MMA fighter anymore. She is not in the UFC anymore. Yes, she used to be, but she's not anymore. She now works for the WWE, where, yes, things are predetermined. But yet she's trashing the very business that she works for. So then, after those comments, after Ronda said, "Your armbar looks more like you're holding your dick," Becky Lynch responds back with, "Now that you mention it, it kind of does look like one." And then where Ronda Rousey's hand is, because in the photo Becky is pulling back Ronda's arm like that, right on top of where Ronda's hand should be, there is a picture of Travis Brown. And for those of you who do not know, Travis Brown is Ronda Rousey's husband. And to be completely honest, and maybe this is me just being mad, I laughed because I was like, that's clever. That is so clever, because some people like Travis Brown, some people don't. Some people think he is a, unexposed or uncaught woman abuser. I don't really know. That's none of my business. But a lot of people don't like him, and a lot of people may have heard he got in a verbal altercation with Alicia Fox when Ronda Rousey was first signed to the WWE. So I don't know. Maybe he is one. And while I agree with the people saying that, Becky should have never, took a shot at Ronda's husband, that was wrong. Okay, you're right. I'll give you that. But that one comment isn't nearly as bad as what Ronda did by calling the business fake and by talking about Becky's genitalia. Like, why are you so obsessed with people's genitalia, Ronda? Why? I don't get it. It's weird. So apparently, both of them are under fire for both of these comments. Apparently, according to FightfulWrestling.com, people backstage aren't happy with Becky or Ronda. And this is where it gets a little bit more crazy. So after Becky sent out that tweet about Travis, Ronda's response was Rebecca Quinn calling Becky by her real name, which is fine because honestly people have done it before. It's whatever. I don't give a shit what the script says. Next time, or I think she even said fuck. I don't give a fuck what the script says. Next time I see you, I'm beating the living shit out of you. So again, she mentioned a script. And yeah, even though we know that already, that's just taboo. You don't do that. A little bit of an example. A while ago, before Lana and Rusev, two wrestlers who are real life husband and wife, got engaged. Before they got engaged, Lana was in a romantic storyline on TV with another wrestler named Dolph Ziggler. Okay? And in that same week when Rusev and Lana got married, or not married, but engaged, they posted their engagement photos, but had to take them down because why? It discredits the storyline. How can Lana be engaged to Rusev when she is romantically linked with Dolph Ziggler on TV? Because that's the whole point of social media now. Social media is now used to garner attention to what's going on in wrestling for people who may have missed it that week. So they had to take down their own engagement photos. Another example, I don't even remember exactly what it was, but Dean Ambrose, he went off the cuff in a podcast. He broke character. And in that podcast, he broke character and he got reprimanded for it. But Ronda Rousey's not? Or, I mean, what are they going to do? I don't know. The whole situation to me is messy and it makes me sad, honestly, because I'm a Ronda Rousey fan. I have been a Ronda Rousey fan since I saw her on The Ultimate Fighter. Okay? Since she coached The Ultimate Fighter on season 18, because For those of you who do not know, I am a huge Shayna Baszler fan, and The Ultimate Fighter is how I found Shayna Baszler, and Shayna Baszler was on Ronda Rousey's team. Therefore, I fell in love with Ronda Rousey, and I have been a fan ever since. And when Ronda got knocked out by Holly Holm, and everyone talked shit, and everyone made fun of her for being suicidal, I stood by her 100%, and people made fun of me, and I was like, you know what? I don't care. I love Ronda Rousey because I believe in loyalty, and I believe in loyalty is everything, and to this day, I still believe that, but the wrestling fan in me is pissed off because she discredited professional wrestling. And I get it. She was a real fighter. She was in combat sports. But you're not anymore, Ronda. You're not. Know your role, literally, and I don't mean to quote The Rock, no pun intended, but seriously, know your role, okay? Seriously, know it. That's all I'm going to say about that. And this video is getting a little lengthy. It's almost a half an hour. Jeez. Really quick, before it gets too much. There's another possibility. There's a strong possibility that WWE gave both Ronda and Becky the green light to just go ham and break all the rules and break kayfabe. Those of you who are keeping score at home, kayfabe means storyline. So maybe this is a way to garner heat. Another word for heat is to garner like that hate, that talk. Maybe this is a way to put the heat on Ronda Rousey, and maybe this is going to be a case of MMA versus professional wrestling, and maybe this is how we'll see the 4 versus 4. I don't know. I really don't know. I genuinely hope in my heart of hearts that I am being worked, and what work means that I hope that I'm being played. I hope that this is part of the storyline, and I hope it's a brilliant effort on Ronda Rousey's part, and I'm like, damn girl, you made us hate you. Like, I hope so, because if that's the case, bravo Ronda Rousey, you are a genius, if that is the case. But the only reason why I have a hard time believing that it could be a work and that it could be a part of the storyline is simply because that's why they put Charlotte in it. Like, Charlotte is the piece of the puzzle that is supposed to be the bad guy because she stole Becky's opportunity and she's the chosen one, and Ronda hates her and the crowd hates her and the crowd is booing her because the WWE was not comfortable with people booing Ronda Rousey because Ronda Rousey's supposed to be a face. So if that is the case, then why does Ronda Rousey need to say such demeaning things about the business? Because at this point, if it's meant to get Ronda Rousey heat, then Charlotte Flair is not needed, and this match shouldn't be a triple threat. Because eventually, that's what I've been reading up and down, that at WrestleMania it's going to be a triple threat. Ronda versus Becky versus Charlotte for the title. But is that necessary? Because, let me tell you something. It doesn't matter what Charlotte Flair is going to have to say in the coming weeks. It doesn't matter if she says that Becky and Ronda fear her. It doesn't matter if she calls Becky a bitch. It doesn't matter if she calls Ronda a bitch. It doesn't matter if she goes ham on the crowd and calls us pathetic, because the wrestling fans will boo the living crap out of Ronda Rousey simply because she discredited the business. Point blank. And this week, Raw is in Philadelphia, and for those of you who do not know, Philadelphia is one of the most vocal crowds in the wrestling business because WCW is where that originated. Philadelphia is where WCW originated, excuse me. So they're going to be vocal, and they're going to eat Ronda Rousey alive, and honestly, I feel bad for her. Again, I don't know if this is a work or if this is a shoot. Right now, it feels more like a shoot. But again, if it is a work, bravo to WWE, man, because you got me fired up, and I haven't felt fired up about a storyline in so long. The last time that I felt this fired up about a storyline was in like was in like 2005 when it was the Edge versus Matt Hardy thing because Lita cheated on Matt Hardy. But guess what that was? That was real life, and they put real life into a storyline. So is this the same case here? And in which case, Ronda Rousey, I am so disappointed in you. And I love you. And again, I genuinely hope this doesn't, ruffle people's feathers in the sense of like I hope this doesn't compromise certain friendships that I have. Honestly, I genuinely hope that that's not what happens. But if it does, I'm sorry. I guess because as a professional wrestling fan, I was a professional wrestling fan before I was an MMA fan. And I just love professional wrestling. I love every man and woman that step in that ring and entertain us on a weekly basis. And I don't get the point. I really don't. Like I said, if it's a work, bravo. If it's a shoot, I am very, very disappointed in Ronda Jean Rousey. People can question my loyalty. People can call me fickle. People can call me a traitor. People can hate on me. There's a couple of friends in my life that aren't too happy with me about it already. But that's okay because I love professional wrestling. And I will defend professional wrestling until the day that I die. Like, there have been many times where I'm just like, oh, this is so boring or this is so stupid. But at the end of the day, I love it, and I always come back to it, and it has such a rich history in my life. Me and my mom used to watch it together. My mom's no longer here. Me and my grandma used to watch it together. My grandma's no longer here. I've seen certain wrestlers retire. I've seen certain wrestlers die. This has been important to me for a really long time, and that's why I am pissed off at Ronda Rousey. If indeed it is a shoot, if it is real life, if it is her going off the cuff. But again, if it's a work, bravo, well done. You did your job. You made me hate you. Good job. And you deserve all the praise for that. So with that being said, before this video gets to the 30-minute mark, if it wasn't already obvious enough, at WrestleMania 35, I have never wanted Ronda Rousey to lose so bad in my life. And this is from both standpoints, because if it's from a shoot standpoint, a real life standpoint, hell yeah, I want you to lose, because you made fun of wrestling, you discredited wrestling. But even if it's a work, guess what? You still discredited wrestling. You're still playing that part. So hell yeah, I'm gonna boo you. But just for different reasons, but I'll still applaud you because you made me hate you. And that's what you're supposed to do. That's your job. Again, I don't know if this is a work. I don't know if this is a shoot. But either way, I just have to give my thoughts on it. So that's it, guys. Sorry that I rambled for so long. I might have sounded repetitive in a couple of parts, but it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've got lots of cool things planned for you. For those of you who voted, and for those of you who know, the winner of the poll was for the top 20 best entrance musics, in my opinion. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be coming soon. Not sure when, but it will be coming soon because I have other things planned for the week that correspond with my schedule. So keep it locked on here. Again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, turn on those notifications. That way you do know when I post. And if you like listening to me ramble and you want to hear me ramble about all things professional wrestling and other things, follow me at GreatLove91 on Twitter and Instagram. And until next time, guys, take care, stay safe, stay happy, but most importantly, stay addicted to the squared circle. Love you guys.